You know, typically you don't see cases for phones up for purchase listed publicly until those devices are at least announced, if not already released. But case maker Thinborn is breaking all the rules because they have already listed the Pixel 9 Pro XL as well as the Pixel Fold 2, which may be called the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, if I'm remembering correctly. And we're going to use this as an opportunity to take a look, an early look at what these devices will look like in these cases. Now, obviously, the provenance for where they got their dimensions is a big question, right? And that's not something they're going to publicly advertise. I would imagine that it wasn't directly from Google, else they would be risking never again getting these dimensions from Google. So they got them from somewhere else. Where exactly that is difficult to say. And this is one of these weird situations where I'm actually in contact with Carl, the owner of Thinborn, and I could try to dig in a little bit, but I'm actually okay with not knowing specifically who the supplier of these dimensions is because it just prevents me from burning them in any way. I'm just going to show stuff that's public and talk about it, and that keeps me from potentially accidentally slipping on something that I shouldn't be saying. So this is the Pixel 9 Pro XL Aramid fiber case. It's going to be MagSafe, which I absolutely love. Notice it's got the little bar down at the bottom to orient MagSafe devices as well, MagSafe accessories. And we've actually got several more images here to look at. A lot of these are going to be talking about the case specifically, but you can get some looks at what they think the Pixel 9 Pro XL is actually going to look like as well. And I think that this stuff, by and large, makes sense. Power button above the volume rocker. We can see how far that camera bump is going to stick out as well. Talking about that MagSafe compatibility that I mentioned earlier, we also have a look here at the top and the front of the device a little bit as well. That's probably, is that a 5G antenna section there? I may be wrong about that, but I think that's what that's meant to be. Speaker grill down there. No speaker grill up top, which probably means this is an amplified earpiece to get stereo sound. That's not super shocking either. This is actually interesting. This case supports wireless charging, not compatible with stand style wireless chargers, and they show the Pixel stand on there. And that makes me wonder, is that because of the MagSafe stuff? Because the very same case for the Pixel 8 Pro is more than compatible with the Pixel stand, works just fine. I just set it on there right now. So maybe that's a MagSafe limitation. Not exactly sure what to make of that. But I did mention that we also had the Pixel Fold 2 case, and this, is maintaining the design that we've seen leaked already with the camera in a square off to the side, or I guess that's more of a rectangle than a square. Again, up to the top left corner instead of being in the bar, the visor style setup. That is very odd to me, though. Then when we go back to this one, we have a camera visor that is very similar to the current Pixel Fold. Yet on the next Pixel Fold, they've abandoned that style and they've gone with something like this. I'm not exactly sure what to make of that. The only thing I can think of is maybe the camera hardware is larger. Maybe they've upgraded the camera system and they couldn't fit it in that visor for some reason. This device has to be quite thin. So I don't know. Maybe there's something going on there that kind of meant they had to do this. I'm not exactly sure what to make of that, but there is indeed that Pixel Fold 2 telephoto, probably wide angle, and then your primary. You have some dots up here, which I don't really know what those are. Maybe one of those is a microphone for filming for, but the rest, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe a time of flight sensor in there as well. But there's a third one. Maybe you guys can guess in the comments what that might be. LED flash. Obviously, this is probably a microphone. So what's going on here? Time of flight. What else? What else can you think of? Obviously, MagSafe in there. Let's take a look at the side here. Can we make this bigger? We can see that that's quite thin. That might be thinner than on the current Pixel Fold. What I mean is the gap between the screen and the hinge. It's turned sideways, and that's going to exaggerate it a little bit. But to me, that looks like that might be a little bit thinner, so that's interesting. Obviously, this is a much taller aspect ratio than the current Pixel Fold. It's about the same width as the current Pixel Fold, from what I understand. They're just adding some height to it, which does make it, when it's opened, no longer be wider than it is tall. It's much more square, much more in the vein of the OnePlus Open. It's going to be very, very, very similar to the OnePlus Open. Let's go over to the next one. Again, talking about the weight and the thickness of this case here. This is interesting. Do you see? Yeah, they're there. Okay, it's very, very faint, but you can see the power button and the volume rockers there as well. Going to this next screen here, 5 times stronger and lighter than steel. Can get a look at the device a bit more clearly there. Nothing that's jumping out at me as being super interesting, though. Very different from the Z Fold 6 in the sense that this is definitely a curved screen in the corners, not going with a boxy look at all. And once again here, it is mentioned no Pixel stand or any stand-style charger being compatible. I must assume this is something to do with the MagSafe technology in there. You can also see how thin this device is meant to be. I think that is right there in the same ballpark as something like the OnePlus Open. At any rate, guys, I just thought that was kind of interesting to be able to look at these cases and some renders this far out at time of recording. It is May the 8th. You'll probably be seeing this video May the 8th as well, which means that these devices are unlikely to be unveiled for at least a few more months. I expect the Pixel Fold 2 to be unveiled alongside the Pixel 9 instead of at the next Google I/O event. I guess it's possible that they might show it at the Google I/O event, but I don't think it's going to be released until the Pixel 9 devices, since it's going to be carrying a lot of the same hardware, the same Tensor G4 chipset. So I think it's going to be waiting until the fall event. So we're seeing this stuff very, very early, and that is always sort of a cool thing to get to do. Of course, I will drop links in the description down below. They may be affiliate links. I may have affiliate links for these. So if they are, it'll say affiliate links. I'm also going to try to get a hold of these. If I can get a hold of them early, that would be really cool too, to be able to like show the case next to the original Pixel Fold and have like a really accurate one-to-one size comparison at least. So subscribe to the channel in case I'm able to procure those samples. Fingers crossed on that. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but subscribe just in case so that you don't miss out on that. Drop some comments down below. What do you think about all this stuff? Let me know. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.